Okay. Looks like stuff is working. Trying this on a new laptop, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about all this stuff that I have to do over here. Not sure why I'm not seeing the... Oh yeah, I'm seeing the YouTube chat over there. Totally fine. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oh no, do I have to log in again? Oops. Try that again. Skip. Ah, cancel. I'm doing this already. I'm already connected with the platform. Oh, piece of crap. I think I'm actually even streaming this right now. It's actually streaming, and I cannot see or hear what it's actually streaming. Um, there we go. I think we're good now. Yeah, I'd rather explore on my own. Live streaming. There we go. I think that's it, right? It's like I've never done this before. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. Stream is healthy. That's really all I care about is the stream is healthy. All right. So we're trying this out. Oh, hey, John. Well, glad you asked. We're doing the Wheel of Hobbies. We're spinning the Wheel of Hobbies to see... So it goes. By the way, how's my audio? Out of curiosity. Audio good? All right, I guess we're going to find out. All right, so this is the Wheel of Hobbies. Let's see. I think I could even do this. Do I even want to? Do I want to do it? I could do it horizontally. Oh, this will be interesting. Let's see if this works. Kind of works, except you're not seeing the... Oh, now you can. Okay, if I rotate this... A little low on the volume? Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, moving this this little camera, and I'm going to have to do it a lot, but this will actually... this will actually show what gets selected. Oh, that's really funny. Let's see if I can do something about the volume. Oh, it's maxed. Um, well, it's maxed on that. I think I can increase it on here maybe. Let's see here. Check, 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 check. Golly, yeah, it's pretty high. Check, 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 check. Doesn't really seem to be doing anything. This is where I've got to ask KT Data how to mess with the microphone. How to do stuff with the Rode Wireless Go mic, because there is a way to have it do volume stuff. All right, well, let's see. We're going to spin the wheel here and actually see what... This is really funny that I can actually do this right here. Airbrush, Millennium Falcon 3D design. What I don't have on here is video games. I need to fix that, but let's see what we get here. Looks like spin again. If I wiggle this, it is not fully settled in minis, so we're going to spin again. Today we'll be working on, the Millennium Falcon. All right, cool, right there. All right, so that's the other part of this, is that I haven't really got it figured out as far as the having stuff prepped and ready so that whatever I end up doing, I'm ready to do it right away. But we're close. Millennium Falcon stuff is really like right here. This is the, oh wow, that's really zoomed in. I wonder if there's a way to zoom that guy out. Yeah, let's see here. Can I... Oh, I hope this doesn't mess something up. Nope, that is wrong. We don't want to do that. We want to have that there. But it is really zoomed in. Oh, I have an idea. It's kind of fun figuring a lot of this new stuff out while I'm doing things, isn't it? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not so much fun. Oh, if this works, this would be hilarious. Let's see here. Sorry for, you're going to get shaky cam for a second as I move stuff up. Oh, that's going to be facing the wrong way. That's going to be facing the ceiling. We needed to face the other way. Okay. Shaky cam again for a second. Oops. Should be able to edit all this out once I make the video. But like, yeah, see, my hands are going to be way too big. All right, so we've got to modify this. Let's see here, properties. Oh, see, that is the right size there. Okay, all right, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this right now. So I'm going to reduce this. Pardon like all the arms and stuff you're going to see as I do this, but this is what's known as we're doing it live. All right, so there's that. That's the bottom. We tuck that behind there. Oh, look at that. We've just basically made it so much better. And I think even, what happens if I do this? Brian's world of editing on the fly. Look at that. Wheel of doing his edits live. We'll do it live. That actually looks pretty good. I'm going to lock that. All right. Oh yeah, the Iron Man. Yeah, the Iron Man one's great. Okay. So now, yeah, you'll see my hands right here. Cool. And you'll see me waving. Nice. All right. I think we're good. So Millennium Falcon build. We are currently on issue. What issue number are we on? I think we're on like 19 or 20 or something. We're on an issue where it actually requires 2 boxes to get all the stuff together that we need. And I did, in the last time we were here, yep, this is the current set of issues. We got 2 issues and 2 pieces. It's 20 and 21 that we're currently on. Get rid of that box. All right. So last time we did a Millennium Falcon build, we had this piece right here. Get a little more light on it. Outside piece, and required some painting. I actually did a little bit of both zenithal painting and dry brush to kind of make all the pieces in here kind of pop. So that is probably going to be something we add on here in this current issue. My guess is it's this piece right here on the Falcon. Whoop, get a little light. I think it's that one right there. God, my nail looks long, but it really isn't. The camera always adds a couple inches of, a couple millimeters of nail. All right, so our pieces, we've got another piece of the hull frames. We've got some more what look like little padded areas. Kind of cool. All right, so we're going to be dealing with that today. Nice. And another assembly jig. So let's get that stuff together. Looks like first up is going to be the corridor liners. So let's get everything out of the bag here. All right. So this plastic piece that almost looks like bag filler. You saw this last time. There's actually part of a stand that's going to be on the that we'll use with the build to support the Millennium Falcon between or during its build. So we've got this piece already, and these have a really cool little puzzle piecey kind of fit to them. I'm gonna guess actually that they go together like this. Maybe, maybe not. Well, for right now, we'll just stack them because not giving us anything in the instructions on what to do with these just yet. All right, let's get to assembling the corridor liners. This is going to be issue 20 of the Millennium Falcon build. We start off with these two pieces. This is the first one it shows us right here. And then we've got this piece here with this sprue that's got all of these little pieces on it. And it's got them numbered. If we hold it like they do in the thing, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's all over the place. Heaven forbid they actually put these in an organizational process that makes sense. But at least we're not making one of those rings. All right, so we're going to clip the strips off the sprue as you need them, trim off any molding flash, be careful not to lose any small pieces. So we're taking off piece number 1. This is a ridiculously tiny piece. It's this piece right here. This one right here, for those of you looking. It's so tiny. So we're going to break out the magnifying deal. And this is one where, as I cut it off the sprue, I got to make sure to hold it and support it, the tiny piece, because it could very easily fly off and fly away and be lost forever. This is the piece right here, if you can believe that. It looks like, swear to God, it looks like a, come on, focus. Focus. It's not going to be able to focus on it because it's so damn tiny. Hey, Jim Johns. All right, so we're going to get this thing glued in place. We've got our glue, we've got our toothpicks. We're going to do this the way we've done it before, where we have a little plastic tray of glue and toothpicks that we're going to use to apply the piece to where it needs to go. In this case, it is just going up into this top little corner here. And it goes in. Oh no. Guess what I just did? I grabbed it with the tweezers and it flew somewhere. Holy, oh, there it is. Oh, nice. No, that's not it. That actually is a piece of 3D printed plastic. Unbelievable. I think we might skip piece number 1. Yeah, because that's not it either. I don't know if it went off the table, because I didn't hear it hit the floor mat that I've got down here. Yeah, okay, folks. Let that be a lesson with piece number 1. I guess we're going to move on to piece number 2, which is this piece right here. Oh, you know what I did? Looks like that was piece number 6 that I just cut. I had this rotated. Here's piece number 1. Well, the good news is we didn't lose piece number 1. The bad news is we did lose piece number 6. So, you know, there's that. But that means I can cut piece number 1. Drop it very carefully on here. Jeez Louise, these tweezers. I almost should use needle nose. Yeah, floor. That's right. The floor cam subscribers get access to the floor cam. How cool is that? All right. Gonna try and get this in here. You know, tweezers looking like they might be kind of a bad idea on this, unless you've got some really good forceps. These not so great because they there's not really like a little rubbery grip or anything in them. It helps if I put my hand behind it. Is there a line on number 6? Yeah, yeah. All right, so 2 is done. Let's go to number 3. We're just gonna kind of go forward and pretend that none of this ever happened. So 3 is this guy right here. Double check, make sure it is. And the great thing about these plastic cutters, I talk about this on a lot of the episodes, a lot of these, but these plastic cutters are fantastic for getting things off the sprue. There we go. Try and get in a way that doesn't disappear. But because they've got that angle right there, so with that you can get right up to the edge and not have any cleanup, any post cleanup that you have to do with X-Acto knife or anything. Oh, you know, we skipped right over 2. Hi folks, welcome to what seems like the first time Brian has ever put together a model or something, because he sure seems to be having a difficult time not getting distracted and confused. So that was number 3. This is number 2. We're doing the same thing, but fortunately I didn't put any glue on number 2 yet, so we're going to put a little glue on number 2. The toothpick method works really, really well and keeps you from just overdoing the glue on the small parts. For big parts, I will totally apply the glue like beforehand with the actual bottle of glue, but not here. All right, so number 3, there's like a little tiny notch in one of the sides, so basically just got to do this. You got to do this with a practice fit first, so that you see how things go together. There we go. One more time, confirm. The little notch is on the left side, which is exactly what it needs to be for here. There we go. We now have 3 of our pieces done. You know what I didn't do? I didn't turn on my front-facing light. Let's do that. I don't know if it... There we go. Just lights me up better. You can see me over here in the corner. All right, number 4. Number 4 is right under number 3. So right here, cut this guy off. Sprue, I think you had asked earlier, S-P-R-U-E. I do use a magnifier. Yeah, it's off screen right now, but listen, I'll fully admit that I'm old and require a magnifying thing. So I have a magnifying light that's kind of off screen. I think if I lower it, you can see it. There you go. And so I'll use this for doing minis and stuff like that. But this is like this is great because it adds a lot of extra light and makes it really good. What I didn't put on are my glasses. Let's do that business. This is also good for seeing the things with the close-up. All right. Note on the back of this guy that there's a close-up peg and a far-away peg. So just got to make sure that those line up with the pegs, because there's one that's that's right on the edge, and then there's one that's a little further in. So just got to make sure that you put those in the right place. All right, good. We'll line up that faraway peg first, and then slide the other one into place. And now we have 4 of those. There's a little gap, and then there's number 5. Number 5 is this guy right here, right next to number 6 that is missing and presumed dead. It may, you know, it is so tiny and such a tiny, weird little shape that I'm worried that I'm not going to find it before I want to vacuum in here. Because 3D printing produces, here, get this, 3D printing produces a lot of stuff, like a lot of plastics and stuff like that that get all over into the carpet. So you want to make sure you've got that dealt with. Get that vacuum, you get that stuff vacuumed up. See, clearly I can't put a piece into the slot it's supposed to go in and talk at the same time. Too much work to do those two things. Yeah, more Falcon build, Wes. This is Millennium Falcon, and that was what came up in the wheel of hobbies today. There's where number 6 goes, right here. I can point to it with here. Number 6 would normally go right here. We've lost number 6 because it is a tiny, stupid piece that they should probably give you an extra of. All right. So we move on, and wait a minute. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So it gives you the instructions for the first one, and then just says you're on your own for the second one, but it's kind of obvious, 7, 8, all the way down to 16. So we'll just continue on. Number 7. Number 7 is a tiny piece very similar to number 6. Will do my best not to lose piece number 7. You know, pour one out for number 6. So true. Got a lot of glue for that one, but that's all right. This one goes this way. I'm going to use the magnifying mirror for this one, so this one's going to happen off screen, people. You'll just have to believe me that I'm doing it, and did not hire a professional model builder to do it instead. Here's the other fun thing: these holes go all the way through. So when you're putting glue on the parts, and you're holding the piece underneath to kind of support it as you get stuff in, you'll find that you accidentally just push glue right through the hole onto your hand. My thumbs and my fingers already are already full of glue, so go figure. Okay, basically just repeating this process with all of these other parts right here. So there we go. That's number 8, I believe. That is number 8. Number 9 is this the last lonely one here on the left side. I'm going to cut that guy off. I mean, you got to obviously maximize the space you have on the sprue, right, for everything. So I understand why they can't put them, like, just put the pieces all in numerical order and say, all right, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way down, because there's a bunch of smaller pieces and it makes sense to put those together. Okay, I get it. Okay, that's the side with the cutoff. We will match that up. Fortunately, it just goes right into place. Looks cool too. Very cool looking thing. Oh yeah, I find that hot glue, you just can't get precise enough, and I don't know how this thing would react to hot glue. For me, it's a no-no, but there might be model builders out there who do the hot glue thing. I think hot glue. I mean, basically, it's a form of plastic. Um, you're melting plastic to get a piece to go where you want it to go, right? Oh, so here's one. Check this out. This one's weird because it the other one had um, an obvious left and right side. I guess this one does have one side that's closer than the other. All right, I'm gonna put a little more glue on the work plate there. Good old Bob Smith Industries glue. It's the best. The glue you'll never forget with the name that you'll never remember. I think I just came up with their advertising slogan. All right, and that's the side that goes in there. Good. Okay, then there's another gap. Now we're on to number 11. Number 11 is right under number 10. Oh, look at that. 11, 12, 13, 14, right in a row on this side. So that's going to make things easier. Number 12. Now we get into ones that have a curve on them, so that's going to make it really easy to figure out which side is or which end goes where. Do that. Our little toothpick dabby glue. What's great about that is just get something disposable to put your glue, like both the palette to put your glue on and the vessel for getting the glue onto your model. I can get, a big box of these little plastic toothpicks. They're like your basic like sandwich toothpicks. Get a big box of those, and then after you use it for that day's modeling, you just throw it away, just like that, like magic. Good. Then we got this fella right here because it's right down the line. 11, 12, 13, and 14. Trying to decide how often I want to try and do these. I'd like to do a minimum of 2 a week, these World of Hobbies, because, and I'll show you when I get this piece put together and it's sitting there drying, I can turn the camera a little bit and let you see the gray plastic shame I have behind me or in front of me, of all of the little Marvel minis that need to be painted. Tons of minis. I have other 3D printed models that need to be painted. I've got stuff that needs to be airbrushed. That's why there's an airbrush spot on the wheel. All right, 15 and 16, I believe, are these two biggies right here. Yeah, 15 being the bigger of the biggies. Oh, did not get a very clean cut on that one. Have to do a little bit of flash. This is by the way, that extra stuff that you see on the end of, let's get the right. You know what, I think if I do this and put it behind it, then you can see that extra little bit of flash. That's the, right there on the end, yeah, now you can see it. Just like a little bit of extra plastic that came off from the sprue. So your two new modeling words today are sprue and flash. Try to use them in a sentence today. Or don't. All right. Good. Good. Last piece on the sprue. I wonder if I can... Oh, that works pretty well. Like, be able to cut the... Well, I thought it would work. Oh, it did work. Look at that. Nice and smooth. Easier than an X-Acto knife, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think 3D printing is plug and play. We're definitely at a stage where you can get really good results without a lot of tinkering. And you can go pick up a decent 3D printer for not a lot of cost, and start churning out models that are great, that are worth picking up. Cobra just came out. Anycubic Cobra. I have two Cobra Maxes and an Anycubic resin printer. I really like Anycubic stuff. I think they make really solid printers. They just came out with a 3, an Anycubic 3, and it's a multi-color filament one. It's not huge format, not large format, but it's multicolor filament, and God, I do want something like that. All right, so here's the tube that we worked on last time. Remember, you could watch Chewie and Han running down the tube here. We're going to be putting these pieces that we just created. Yeah, fortunately, the top and bottom on this thing are not glued shut, are they? Did I glue these shut last time? Take the passage tube. Nope, I did not glue it shut. Okay. Yeah, that sure feels glued shut. Did it not say to glue it shut last time? I guess, oh, you know what it is? It's this thing, it's this ring on the end. That's what's keeping it. I did not glue it shut. I just, yeah, just had that there. It just closes very well. All right, so we've got our deal here. No, I did glue it shut because that one was supposed to be glued shut. There's the second one. Derp. That's all right. This will be a really quick re-glue because that connects there and there and there. Just where those tabs are. That's why it really did seem to be difficult to take this off. Because it really was glued shut, Brian. You big dork. Well, at least we have our practice fit done, right? We have our practice and glued fit done. All right, and this guy just goes right back on top of there. Just like it was, and we pretend that we never did anything with that. Oh, that's cool, Jim Johns. Yeah, there's a dude, Uncle Jesse, who is 3D printing a full-size Magneto, which is really cool. Guy that I follow on YouTube. All right, so this is the new piece. This is the piece we're going to be putting those other pieces into. This is the one that goes here on this side, and it really is just going to go right there. And nobody will ever know that it's missing the top number 6 piece. As a matter of fact, does that even have to be glued? I mean, it snapped in there very nicely. It's not saying anything about gluing it. I'm not going to glue it. I'm going to be crazy. We're going to live on the edge, folks, and not glue this in because it did not tell me to glue it in. And these things snap in so beautifully. And that way, if by some strange miracle I find piece number 6 later on, then there you go, right there. Look at how cool that is right there, little hallway. If I find number 6 later on, then awesome. Then I can glue that in. All right, so ends issue number 20 of the Millennium Falcon. But let's jump into issue number 21. Yeah, his Magneto. That's what I was trying to talk about. This guy who's building a full-size A full-size freaking Magneto. Okay. All right, so we've got more pieces and more hull plating and more hull metal. But it's interesting, they're not having me do any metal frame assembly, so that stuff kind of gets put on hold. Let's see what else we get in the box. Always got to be really careful with this stuff because you don't want to break a piece because you're forcefully yanking it out of the bag. There we go. You also want to make sure, because it can blend in really well, that there aren't extra little screws or anything left in the bag after you pull the pieces out. All right, so we've got another sprue with some pads on it. We've got another piece of hull plating right here. We've got a little bag of screws and more of these like plates that put the screws together. Oh, and look at that. That is that big middle piece. Oh no, this is one of the side pieces of the Falcon that goes out towards the doors on the outside, or the airlocks or whatever they are. Pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. So a guy 1030X or 1030 on Twitch, he's building that's really cool, building a life-size R2-D2. Very cool. Okay. Well, we're doing the cushion pads. We're taking the corridor assembly from stage 20 in part 2, the cushion pad sprue. So basically, looks like we're going to be adding cushions in these little parts right here on both sides. That looks like the majority of our work today. So, clip the strips off the sprues you need them, trim off any molding flash, yada, yada, yada. If we're looking at this like that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that, little zigzaggy back and forth. All right, let's start with piece number 1. And we're going to do these. Obviously, last thing you want to do is cut all of the pieces off at the same time, because then you can't figure out which is number, especially because 1 and 4 look almost identical. So their diagram shows number 1 is going to go, so really we're going to rotate this around. Number 1 is going to go here on the outside right there. These always take glue because obviously there's nothing else holding them in if you don't use glue. But I put the glue right on those little rib lines because those are the things that will hold it in place, obviously better than the sides would, right? Kind of obvious, I know. Brian, you're just basically saying something that we've already figured out. You do want to do a test fit with these. I didn't do it on number 1, but I'm going to do it with all the next ones. And that's just to make sure that, that fits really well like that, but does it also fit well if you turn upside down? It kind of does. That's really funny. These, that is the same fit, although here's the difference. One side has an angle, the other side is rounded, and it looks like the rounded side goes to the bottom. Okay, good to know. So we'll just keep the rounded side down when we put this in. A little gloozy on both sides. A little more gloozy. I think I'm going to have to drip a little bit more of Bob Smith's Industries on the thing there. Okay. The deal is down. There we go. Push that right into place. Drip a little more Bob Smith on here. Hey Trey, what's remind me of the BD1? Which movie is that from? I should know this, but I don't. that's the flat side, that's the rounded side. That's going to go right here. Okay. You know, I do love doing this, gotta say. Except now I'm in a situation where I can't I can't grab it the way I want to grab it. I'm going to do this, and then I can grab it there in the way that I want to hold it to put it in here. There we go. Redhead Jedi game. Oh, okay. Huh. Very cool. And then finally, this last piece, which will go in that last little slot. Oops. Rounded down, rounded side goes down. That's really the thing to do, is to hold it in the with the orientation as you're putting the glue on it. Hold it in the way that you're going to be putting it into the model, because then you don't have to like transfer it back and forth from hand to hand to try and get it to go in the place where you want it to go. Well, that was lame. It just slid over and seriously went right into the other spot, the matching spot on the other side. We're going to try this again. Right after I described that great way of putting these in, we're going to use this and put it in the right way here. Holy shit. Guys. There we go. It goes right in there. Can you see my desk here? You can kind of see my desk, right? Very momentarily, I'm going to turn this camera a little bit so you can see right here. I think that's piece number 6 right there. I think that's piece number 6, folks. It's just sitting here the whole time. Let me see. Yeah, that's piece number 6. I'm wearing pants. Okay, so well, the good news is because this isn't glued, I'm still going to use the tweezers. I'm going to actually put a little tiny spot of glue where it needs to go. And these tweezers, God, it's going to kill me right here. It's the whole process of putting this in. Yeah, it just wants to jump, man. I can't do it because it's rounded. Oh, it's so lame. Yeah, that's so not going to work with these little tweezers. I have needing those pliers, but I don't think. Oh, that's a really good idea. You know what I could do? I could actually use one of my instead of beeswax. So great suggestion. Yeah, blue tack right here. Got some blue tack. Perfect. That's exactly, as soon as you said that, I'm like, ooh, I'll blue tack it into place. The Empire Strikes Tack. Nice suggestion. Great, great. Look at you. My hero right there. Hero of the day. All right, so that, except, let's put it the right way on the blue tack so that I can put it in here. All right. Doing it off screen using the magnifying mirror or magnifying lens. Look at that right there. Now you can see it right there. That little guy right there in place now. Call off the dogs. Number 6 has been found. I repeat, we found him. Ladies and gentlemen, we found him. Yeah, I love poster tech. I use a lot for when I'm painting minis. So got this great little painting holder right here. And what it does is, if you save the little plastic caps on your Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, whatever bottles, it fits perfectly on here. And then I basically just take the 3D, or the little mini that I'm painting. I do all of its zenithal painting actually on the bottle cap, and then I blue tack it to the top. So then as I'm painting, I can hold it and I can get in that really fine detail. By the way, this is the Drax that we'll be painting the first time that the wheel of Hobbies comes up with minis. That's going to be the project we work on. Pretty darn cool. All right, back to our pieces. Now we're basically just going to repeat with 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 5 is this guy right here on the left. I love that. I love that idea. Instead of the tweezers, the blue tack on a toothpick. Blue tack on a toothpick. So that guy's going to go right here. This is a situation where, yep, okay. All right, I'm going to put the glue here because then I can make stuff match up just right. And see, there we go. That piece is so pretty right there. Oh, really? whole Warhammer army that's held together with blue tack right now. All right, number 6. Same kind of deal. Gonna put the glue on the thing. And then this guy slides right under there. And that top becomes flush. It's really nice little fit right there. Oh, sorry, there you can see it. Really nice little fit. Number 7. Oh, that's smart. So your wife taught you that trick. Very cool. Putting beeswax or putting sequins on dance costumes. Very cool. All right, continuing on. By the way, this is the Rode microphone I'm using. Understand, I think I need to get the volume up somehow a little bit. I'll talk to KT Data about doing that, but should sound a lot better than what I was using previously. I'm hoping you guys don't have to just crank me up volume-wise to hear what I'm doing. Big thanks again to Patreon supporter Anthony Renbarger, who's the reason that I am doing the Millennium Falcon build. He supported the show at a level that basically pays for the Millennium Falcon build. Very, very generous of him, and super, super cool. Oh, volume sounds good. Okay, good. Yeah, I see it going into the yellow. It very rarely goes into the red. All right, we're done with page 1. Page 2. Oh, it's funny, 7 and 8. So the finished assembly, basically they just show me the finished assembly, looks like that. And guess what, folks? It really does look like that. How cool is that? Well, look at that, 20 and 21 done. Issues 20 and 21 in the books. And I like doing these as a 2-issue or 2-issue show. I don't know. What are we at? 49 minutes and 26 seconds. Jeez. I don't know if I want to start another box, but what's a good thing that I can do in the meantime? Yeah, airbrushing Magneto is going to take a lot more than 10 minutes. What did we do? Let's see. Oh, you know what needs to be done? Love it. It is it is boring, tedious work, but So I need to, so okay, I'll pull this out here. And I can show you, all right, so this is Galactus's chest. Goes very well with, very carefully grabbing it, Galactus's head. Right there. So there's Galactus's head and his chest. Very cool. And that all goes with Galactus's body, which is right here. Now, to get an idea of how big this thing really is, let's see. What's something that you can use as reference? I mean, if I put, so here's that that Bob Smith's Industries glue. You can see how big that is in my hand. All right, I'm going to put it here with Galactus, so you can see how tiny that bottle is compared to all of Galactus. And this piece right here, I'm going to do these. I'm not going to do these together because, like, I don't want his head is already made up of like 6 pieces to get it together. Here's where that chest piece goes, right? And then his head right here. Oh my God, it's gonna look so good. Look at that. Freaking Galactus, man. So good. Yeah, the reason that Bruce Willis is missing an arm, by the way, is because part of Galactus fell forward on him, and that's why I'm not keeping Galactus, the unglued parts. I'm not keeping the unglued Galactus parts on the thing. All right, so we're going to take the last few minutes of the stream here, and we're going to do the prep work for the painting of Galactus's chest piece. Because I think this is something that as a, when you do, this is something that you end up doing a lot of, especially if you're airbrushing, you got to do a lot of masking. And on Galactus here, this part, the little ribbed part right here is going to be purple. This part around his neck is going to be purple. But all the rest of this front and back is going to be blue. And then on the back, we've got some more purple down here. We've got on the side some purple, some purple. The good thing is, if I tape this off, I think what I'll do is paint the purple first, which just means I need to mask off all these pieces, and then I'll do the blue afterwards. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, because the blue, if the blue was a lighter blue, I'd say, oh, we'll do the blue first because the purple will cover up any mistakes I make, but it really won't. So, we are just going to basically start masking everything off. And man, this is there is so much curvy curve to this deal, but you're going to want to make sure you have a little bit of overlap so that as you tape things, you can kind of go under, so that you block out some more stuff that the paint shouldn't cover. This is probably, this is 101 kind of stuff. You guys probably don't need to know all the inside baseball of this. There's a little piece there that I'm going to have to do a little extra work to cover. And what I might do is actually use some paper. So instead of masking all this off, I can actually put a piece of paper here because all that needs to be blocked anyway. So fortunately, I've got this thing from BMI. We'll sloop this right up. And we'll put the paper down on here. Probably should do like a little couple pieces to hold that in place while I put the more exacting masking on here. We'll just go like right here because we know that is going to get covered up. And then we'll go right here for the other part. So how you doing, BioCal? Good to see you on here, man. Cool. And then I can use this to mask this off since all that is in place. And I'll come by and do a little more fine tuning on the masking on the little part right there. I'm so excited for this Galactus project to be getting close to done. Although the parts that are left are going to be some of the more difficult parts because there's a lot of masking and painting that have to happen on this, especially on the face. I'll show you. I did some practice airbrushing on his face, and so just to kind of get the mask, like the skin tones on the mask, or I'm sorry, on his skin. And you know, everything else is so gray, it's kind of hard to tell. But that is, it's kind of what the level of quality I'm hoping for that. Yeah, I tried Blue Tack. So Blue Tack is really good. I used Blue Tack on the Thanos that I did for his face because his helmet and everything were so specific, not specific, what's the word I'm looking for? There were so many little fiddly bits in his helmet that I used Blue Tack to kind of get in and around all that stuff. Somebody online suggested Silly Putty as a really good frisket. Shoot, just lost that. There we go. So I did pick up some Silly Putty to try that. Jim Johns, I said it earlier in the stream and I'll say it again. I think Anycubic makes a great 3D printer. It's a really good cross between being very robust with a lot of great functionality and also being on the less expensive end. So I would look at the Cobra series. Really depends on what you want to print though, Jim. If you're wanting to do like miniatures, like for D&D kind of miniatures stuff, then I would actually recommend a resin printer instead of a filament printer, because you're going to end up with something more like what you're looking for with miniatures, with a lot less having to do a lot of crazy fine tuning than you would get with a filament printer, right? I think resin printers are also getting to the stage where they're becoming really, really easy to maintain. And like resin printers, keep in mind, you do a resin printer, you are going to need a lot of extra, there's a lot of extra work that's involved in your models for resin printers, because you'll have to clean them with alcohol to get the excess resin off after it's done printing. And then you'll have to cure them with UV, and you can kind of do it. You can do the latter, the curing, with just sunlight, just like by putting your model out in the sun and letting Mother Nature cure your model, if you live in an area where there's a lot of sun. That is kind of a requirement for that sort of thing. Yeah, this Galactus model, there were a few pieces that were too big to print on the resin printer, including this piece that I'm holding right here in my hands. You can probably tell if you're looking that this is a filament printed piece, not a resin printed piece, compared to the smoothness of like his head, for example, and like kind of the smooth edges and how that all looks. Bad example because I'm showing the patterned part of one of his head veins. But this model was just too big to print the two chest or the chest piece on the filament printer, so I had to go with a resin printer. I'm sorry, the other way around. Too big to print on the resin printer. I'm able to sand and be alone for hours, being an island. Oh, really? You're an island. Very cool. Two little pieces here that I'm going to glue on here. We're right at an hour right now. This might be, getting this piece on here might be a good place to stop. Because I do like to keep these things to right around an hour or so. Oh, that piece, look at that. That actually is going to cut. I want that to go inside, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to put that over it. And then tuck that piece in, and that'll also help protect it. We're getting there. The hardest pieces of frisket, or of taping off, are just about done here. This is, by the way, this already has been painted. It's been primed and then painted with a metallic paint, a metallic silver. This is the kind of chrome paint that you get for your car that I'm using for this. And it'll look really good. There, get that piece there to block that in, and then wrap that around, and that way that purple can kind of get into those areas. Kind of like, do I have any of it down? I guess I don't have any of it down here, but yeah. We'll do this. We'll do the shoulder piece, and then we'll call it for the stream. We'll call it for the inaugural episode of Wheel of Hobbies. Wheel of Hobbies, folks. It's pretty good. So I still have this piece here all the way around, but I got to make sure to leave all this open. So this is going to be some fun taping off of things. I'll leave you with something cool that I just 3D printed for a listener. This is a box, a deck box, courtesy of Clock Spring. Oh yeah, and I printed some tokens for them. This is for Lorcana, but this holds two decks of cards, and has little magnets in the enclosures so that it closes really nicely and doesn't, even hanging upside down, doesn't open anything. All one piece too, like prints with the hinge and stuff in place so that it can open and close. Very nice. Might offer to dry brush some white on those skull faces because they look really cool. All right, well, I think that's a good place for me to stop. Let's go back to this shot right here. There you go. Wheel of Hobbies number 1 concluded. Worked on that Millennium Falcon. We will try doing this maybe Thursday. If not tomorrow, then on Thursday, and do another one of these. And hopefully we get some mini painting. I'd like to get some of that, some airbrushing I want to get going. I don't have any spots on the wheel for Marvel Snap, but I need to do that too, so I can play some Marvel Snap and make you guys watch. But that'll do it for this edition of Wheel of Hobbies. Thank you guys for being here, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss one of these. We'll see you next time. Bye, folks.